Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. Come join us on VGT time. VGT time. Join us on VGT time. VGT time. Yeah.
Here we are, back to the beginning. I feel like we finished. You feel like I'm tripping. I let you in before, so now you wanna know the difference. You got a baby boy now, how you get in? And I don't really feel a way about it, though I had to find out the way I did. You think it didn't matter when it did, like you didn't use every room in the crib, yeah. The apartment where my ex lived. We was young when we met. I said what I meant. You could have said anything to stop me, but you didn't, so I left. And we never got right. You a psychopath, but I was still right. You take me high, I let you slide through. Then I don't hear from you for a year or two. Lately you've been acting like you hate me. You don't wanna rush right into dating, but it's been 9 years, why you faking? I get it if you want them in relations for the sake of your creation, but you're a fairy tale, a figment, and you ain't got a lot to kick it. What did I do for you to be so vindictive? You know that I'm the one that you gon' be missing. I guess that I'm the weekday, cause I know I'm not the weekend. I do not appreciate being catch your little secret. I give it to you, oh, you never keep it. Thought I was your number uno, but you played the skit. Skip till we fall, skip till we fall and break. Skip till we fall, skip till we fall and break. Jalen, Joseph, Tyler, Brendan, Darren, Nicholas, Kyron, damn it, all these niggas left me branded. And fuck Devin for leaving me stranded in Texas, cause he was so pressed for sex. Shout out to the fan who put me in the jet. Too hot to stress, you just mad cause I'm popping like a vest. Knocks got my heart popping on my chest. And it wasn't just you, I confess. I got issues, wasn't always at my best. I sing you soft, nigga, how you gon' flex? Are there any more jokers in the deck? I don't see any keys left. Clean the hearts off with their heads. It's a bloody mess, yeah, this shit is dead. I made a decision to end it.
Hey y'all, I'm Jalen Gerard.
And I'm Renza.
And I am Miss Famous.
And I'm James.
It's your boy TJ.
And I'm our guy.
And we're gonna pass the fashion craze
with your girl, the Miss Mrs. on PGT Time on the one and only Hits 92.3.
Yeah!
Hey everybody, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses. Mwah. What's good in the city, baby? All the way from ATL. It's your girl, the missus. Whew, now we got that shit out the way. Y'all, I got a show for y'all today. But in case, hey, Lena, I see everybody out here, y'all in these streets today. That's what's up. I gotta tell Sunshine what happened last night. I have to tell her. I told everybody, Sunshine, that, because, we had our show on Friday. So if y'all ain't see it, y'all go check it out on YouTube. But I told everybody last night on the show with me and my husband, and I told my husband at the same time because he didn't know either.
You pregnant?
No.
Oh.
Hell no, she would say crazy shit like that. Anyways, so my kids went to their first school dance.
Oh, how cute.
Yes, it was on Friday. So, everybody was excited. I was excited. I didn't go, I'm like my friend Chantel. I want them to be comfortable, have a good time and everything, okay? Mm-hmm. So, 2 things happened. Now, the first thing that I said, if you ain't seen it, y'all got to go check out the show, okay? You got to check out the show that y'all can see exactly what I said the first thing that happened. But I got to tell y'all again the second thing that happened. So I asked the kids when they got in the car, when I picked them up, did they enjoy the homecoming? Because that's what it was, a homecoming dance. I said, did y'all enjoy the homecoming? They was like, Mom, it wasn't a homecoming. I said, did y'all enjoy the dance? It wasn't a dance. Now, they both sound like they on one accord, y'all. On one accord. It wasn't a dance. Now, I know it was a homecoming dance, okay? I know I paid $10 for both of them to go. $10 each. We paid one, gave one 10, I gave the other 10. So, I said, what was it then, y'all? Because I know what it is. Guess what they said it was?
What? Please tell me.
They said it was a wedding.
Who got married?
Now these homecomings are just like, ours when we was in high school and stuff. And it's not for the kindergartners or the second graders. These are for like private 8th graders because they go all the way up to the 8th grade. I don't know. But anyways, my kids thought it was a wedding. And they only have been to one wedding in their entire life. And guess what Kirsten says after that?
Who she get married to?
Kirsten said, but Mom, the family didn't show up. Jesus.
Okay, kid.
She said the family didn't show up, baby. Family didn't show up. But guess what? My family showed up today, baby. I see y'all out there, everybody out there today. What's goody, what's goody? Now, y'all know we finna go on ahead and get started. I see you, Jamar. We finna go ahead and get started, y'all, because I got a lot to show y'all today. A lot. And y'all already know. We here for them doubles, them 2 hours, baby. So let's get started. We're going to start with our fair usage. And before we get into the shits, everything is allegedly and also explicit language. But we're going to start off with something good. Okay. Yeah, we're going to start with something good. It's very brief. So make sure you pay attention. I even did it twice. That's how brief it is. I even did it twice. It said that it's this brief. But I had to make sure I show it. And it's called, y'all know I name my own clips. It's called Released. It's called Released. That's what it's called. So here go our fair usage, and we're going to go straight into Released. Okay? Here we go.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Oh, why are you recording me?
Look who that is.
You like your surprise?
Get home, baby.
Oh, why are you recording me?
Look who that is.
You like your surprise?
on, baby.
All right. All right, y'all. We are back. We are back. Now, wasn't that just beautiful? Sad at the same time, but beautiful. Her father was released from prison, had been in there for 10 years, and he surprised her at her school. So she looked, at least it could have been church. I don't know. They could have been at practice at church. So I don't know. But I'm just going to run with school. Okay. So she comes out the building and her mom is recording her. And she's like, Mom, why are you recording me? And her mom says, who was that? And she turns around and look, and it's her damn daddy from 10 years. Okay. So she takes off running and jumps into his arms and just bursts out into tears and just hugs him tight. And he hugs her tight. And, you know, I really wanted to make sure that I showed this. I was going to show it at the end, but I'm like, nah, I want everybody to see this. You know, I want everybody that's coming in and want to see that very first clip. I wanted them to see that clip. And it's sad at the same time because, you know, 10 years ago, he probably didn't understand and know what he was doing. He probably did, but he probably didn't. And didn't take into thoughts that he has a child out here, a daughter, that needed him for the past 10 years. And it was nothing he can do. Now, just because she ran up and gave him this big hug, that don't always necessarily means things gonna be peaches and cream just like that after she get down. You know, we just saw the big hug. He could have let her down and she got down, cussed his ass out. We don't know. But at the same time, that video showed love. It showed a father-daughter love. I don't give a damn where he went and where he was at. It still showed love. So I wanted to make sure y'all saw all of that before I bring y'all these clips, baby. Before I bring y'all these clips. We got a lot to show, okay? So I don't know if we're going to get through them all. If we don't, I'll pick back up on Monday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. But we're going to get into this first clip. This is called Baby Is Hit in Front of the Mama. I don't understand how this happened, but it happened. Here we go.
A 3-year-old boy in Forest City, Arkansas are demanding answers and action after their child was reportedly slapped by a daycare worker.
As WREG's Mike Suriani reports, the daycare had been hesitant to turn over security camera video to police until we came asking questions.
Whenever you come down, I guess you made contact with them and started your story. They have reached back out to us and gave us the information.
The wheels are in motion for Forest City Police to move forward investigating a complaint against a worker at Kids for the Future daycare. This after WREG came to get answers about the alleged incident from daycare operators.
We have a detective there as we speak, from what I've been told, also getting video footage or surveillance from the van that the child was on when the altercation supposedly took place.
Police had been waiting to get surveillance video from the incident that occurred Monday when a female employee allegedly hit or popped a 3-year-old on the arm while putting him in one of the vans. And police were about to issue a subpoena for the video.
Small pop, big pop, you know, it don't matter. You can't put your hands on these kids.
Jared Gray is the father of 3-year-old Jayshawn Hines, the youngster who was, in Gray's words, popped by the worker. Gray says his ex-wife reportedly witnessed the incident Monday morning and called him.
She was like, the lady just hit my son in front of me.
Gray was told by his ex-wife the female assistant on the daycare van hit the 3-year-old.
She was putting him on the van, and you know how kids be in the morning time. I guess she had him a little tight or something like that, and he tried to bite her or he bit her, and she popped him.
Now police will review the van surveillance video, set up a meeting with the prosecuting attorney's office, and move forward with charges if warranted. Jared Gray, meantime, just wants daycare workers to think before they act.
No matter what they do to you, train to, you know, handle them in a professional way.
In Forest City, Arkansas, Mike Suriani, WREG News Channel 3.
This afternoon, we received a response from Kids for the Future about the alleged incident. Kids for the Future was made aware of the incident on Monday, October 10th. We followed our internal and external procedures upon notification. We reported to our regulators and the state police hotline. This is an ongoing investigation, they say. We have and will continue to cooperate fully with the state and local authorities and regulators.
We are back. Y'all saw he looked bad as hell. He looked bad. Now, do I want anybody putting their hands on Kirsten and Trey? No. Not even as a toddler or at the age that they are now. If you ain't my mama or my mother-in-law or my daddy, don't put your, or Poolie or myself, don't put your hands on my kids. Okay? That's simple. But he looked bad. And she did it in front of the mama. They can't tell me this ain't the first time this done happened. They cannot tell me that this ain't the first. Why did this daycare person feel so comfortable to put her hands on little Junior? Why? And Junior sitting up there, look, and he bit her. He bit the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? She popped him. Now, I knew then that these were some black folks. When I saw the little news clipping, that news clipping said, popped. I said, oh, no, that's us all day long. I can see this conversation right now.
And
police probably was like, did they hit him, hurt him? Didn't I tell you? They popped him. That's what they did. They popped him. I mean, she didn't have time to call baby daddy or husband, whoever, and told them that he got popped. But you sat there in front of her, the teacher, or whoever she was, and you watched this shit go down. And now you want sympathy for us, Mr. Peaches and my Peaches. No, we are not giving them sympathy. No, she sat there and watched it. So she should have made him sit down herself. That's what she should have did. Don't allow people to discipline your kids unless they're the grandparents. Because I'm not saying nothing when it comes to my mama and my dad disciplining my kids. I ain't saying nothing. When my mother-in-law say something, I'm not saying nothing. I am out of it. Because I was their child once. And I'm still their child. So I'm not saying nothing. Now, if you abusing my child, I don't care who you are. I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to call the police. Okay? In that order. I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to call the police. I'm not going to sit there and let you kill my child. I showed y'all a video a long time ago where the daughter and the mom, the grandmother, was giving the daughter, I believe it was, liquor. And gave her a lot of liquor. And the mama was right there. The little girl's mother was right there watching this shit, y'all. What's up, IG? I see y'all. Watching it. And that baby, they put that baby to sleep, and that baby died. That baby died, y'all. That baby died. And both of them locked up now. As they should. As they should. Seriously, as they should. Get no baby. We can't even consume a lot of liquor. So if we can't consume a lot of liquor, and they tell us, you can Google it, they tell us how much liquor we should be able to consume. But guess what? They ain't gonna tell you how much a 2-year-old, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Why? Because they ain't supposed to have none, y'all. They ain't supposed to have none. So nobody knows how much you give a child if it's going to be okay. Come on. Let's use common sense. They don't tell us. It's not on the bottles that if a 3-year-old consume some tequila, 1800. Ciroc, diddy shit. It don't tell us how much they can take. So don't be giving y'all kids no liquor. Gosh, sometimes you just gotta use common sense. Okay, let's get into this next clip, y'all. Oh, we got a comment out there. Salutations, Brother Love. What's going on, Brother Love Show? Y'all check him out, y'all. Check him out. Check him out. Y'all know how we do. So let's get into the next one. This is the tenant. The tenant that done, she took out the landlord. Did y'all hear about that? Yeah. If y'all didn't, y'all finna hear about it now. And she dismembered the body. She. Here we go.
I believe that the dismemberment took place on the first floor of that residence.
New tonight, a woman accused of killing her landlord.
The gruesome murder leaves a Northside neighborhood reeling.
Anthony Ponce has details.
Along with announcing murder charges against the tenant for killing her landlord, CPD releasing some very distressing details about the crime that they say occurred here in the residence that they shared early Monday morning, namely that this suspect killed, then dismembered her body, and was in the process of trying to cover her tracks when she was taken into custody.
Many of the tenants who lived in this house were afraid of this individual.
Afraid of 36-year-old Sandra Kalalu, pictured here in January after she was arrested for battery. Kalalu is now charged with first-degree murder in the death of her landlord, 69-year-old Francis Walker. Kalalu's landlord, who police say moved to evict her over the weekend after she exhibited aggressive behavior.
The deceased, the person who owns the residence, had actually served the defendant with like a notice to leave or an eviction notice. And that was done very recently. I don't want to get the day wrong, but I think it might have even been done as recently as of Saturday.
At 2:30 a.m. Monday, tenants here say they heard screams, and when they didn't see Walker emerge from her unit all day, alerted police.
The tenants and the police went in and they were able to find some additional blood inside the tenant's room, at which point they discovered the gruesome remains in a freezer.
When officers arrived Monday evening, police say Kalalu had called a tow truck using Walker's credit card and was en route with the driver to Foster Avenue Beach, where she left her car and was in the process of concealing evidence in a lakeside trash can.
The garbage can was taken down to the medical examiner's office, and there were bloody rags and linens found in that garbage can.
Police say Kalalu threatened that tow truck driver at knife point before being taken into custody. She is also charged with aggravated battery for that and concealment of a homicide. In West.
All right, y'all. Y'all saw that. She dismembered the body, y'all. And told her, you say something if you want to. You going down too. You going down too. That is so sad. But yeah, they were staying in the house together, but she was renting out the room. So this old white lady was known for renting out her rooms a lot, you know? And she had to evict the lady, you know? Now, I don't know if this is common, you know, for little old white ladies to rent out rooms to black folks. I mean, I ain't trying to talk about all black people, but you can't rent out rooms to everybody that's black. You know what I'm saying? You really, that girl that y'all just saw, she should have had several background checks before she let her come on up and through there. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what part of the eviction conversation that this girl decided that she finna fight. Because I'm sure that's what it started out first. She fought her. I hope she ain't just straight out shoot her. But who knows? Who knows? We don't damn know. But at the same time, I don't know, y'all. This ended very sad. It ended very, 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 very sad. They caught her fairly quickly because of the neighbors. You know, a lot of us as neighbors, we don't want to be bothered. Don't come knocking on my door. Don't ask me, can you buy no sugar? Don't ask me, can you get a jump? Don't ask me, oh, you going to the store? Can I ride with you right quick? I just need to get a couple things. How do I know that? Because I used to do it. There was once upon a time in my life that I used to do the same thing. I sure did. God has blessed me to where I don't have to do that now. But I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat nothing to y'all. I always be transparent. Yes, I used to be one of those people. So I was waiting on them to come out the door so I can ask them, can I get a cigarette? Because I can't get to the store to get none. So, I just don't mess with my neighbors like that. I don't. I say, hey, girl, how you doing? I do got a show called Peach Tea Time, girl. Make sure you watch it, girl. Yeah. Yeah, his name Chewy. We got a new dog named Chewy. That's it. And that was probably a conversation that probably took maybe 5 months period of time. That was all in 5 months. So, but no, I'm not into getting to know my neighbors. I've been there, done that before, and been on both sides, and I don't like it on either side. Okay, so becoming friends with them and shit. Nah, no, don't be friends with your neighbors like that unless y'all was already friends when y'all moved side by side. So, but always make sure you know the neighborhood watch. I know the neighborhood watch. The neighborhood watch is not allowed in my yard. She is not allowed in my yard. But I know her. I know if anything go down, I know where she live at. I do know that. And she is a Karen. So, but I know Miss Sharon. That's her name, Miss Sharon. Shout out to Miss Sharon. Moving right along. Shout out to Sunshine for bringing this story to me, and to all the rest of y'all that have brought it to me just as well. Shout out to y'all. Here we go.
Is heartbreaking. A pastor's wife, now a victim of gun violence. She was asleep in her own bed. That's when she was shot. LaShonda Ellison died from her injuries yesterday. Her death now being investigated as a homicide. Zach Summers is live at DeKalb County Police Headquarters after sitting down with Ellison's husband. Just can't even imagine what he's going through tonight, Zach.
Yeah, it's extremely sad. LaShonda Ellison and her husband, the pastor of Temple of Faith Ministries, they actually celebrated her 50th birthday just hours before she was shot. DeKalb police now trying to find the person who pulled the trigger.
I don't know what to think. We're in our home.
The home Pastor Herman Ellison and his wife of 22 years, LaShonda Ellison, raised their 2 children in. Their safe haven shattered last Wednesday.
Yes, I took care of my wife. I put her first, but I couldn't protect her.
It was a little after midnight. The couple was sleeping in their bed when a bullet pierced their home on Wilkins Court, striking Mrs. Ellison in the head.
Why I didn't hear that, I don't know.
Pastor Ellison says he woke to his wife breathing heavy. When he rolled her over, he noticed she was bleeding. It wasn't until paramedics rushed her to the hospital, Pastor Ellison says, he learned his wife had been shot.
And I said, I know I didn't shoot my wife, and I know my wife wouldn't shoot herself. And my daughter said, Daddy, something is not right.
The gunfire appeared to come from the back of the house. It's a wooded area. Mrs. Ellison remained in the hospital for almost a week, but died yesterday from her injuries.
I ain't done nothing else right in life. We stayed together to the end.
Pastor Ellison says his wife was his rock. She sang every Sunday at church, a familiar tune he says he'll miss.
She's an angel.
As he tries to be strong for his children and congregation, Pastor Ellison now looks to his faith.
We get a blessing, we say God did this. We get a new house, we say God did this. Well, God allowed this, and I still trust him.
The pastor says there's no reason to believe his house was targeted. DeKalb police want to hear from anyone who knows anything. We're live in DeKalb County. Zach.
All right, y'all, we are back. That was so sad. I followed this story for a while before I brought it out. It was very sad. You can tell her husband was in love with her. I don't think he did anything to this woman at all. Of course, you all saw the hole through the house. And from other clips that I saw on this story just as well, was that they definitely don't think it was random. They believe that somebody was out, like in the back, because in the back of their house was wooded. So they think that somebody was just out there shooting, and it just happened to go through their house. So I'm sure that person has saw this. I'm sure that person knows that this woman has died. And I feel like they should turn themselves in. Because even if you don't, always remember God gives the biggest revenge. So regardless if you're in there, in prison, or out on these streets, you will feel the wrath. You're going to feel it, baby. You're going to feel it. And God going to make sure of it. So, if I was you, I would just go ahead and turn myself in. That's just my personal opinion. Okay? So, we got another story to get into, y'all, before we get into our commercials. We got a paid program commercial. What they call it? Paid promotion. We got a paid promotion, baby, coming up. But here is a female officer that was killed. So here we go.
Right now, a Clayton County police officer in critical condition after she was shot while responding to a call of a woman threatening suicide. That woman then allegedly headed to Atlanta, where she was shot in a shootout with officers there. We have team coverage for you this noon, starting with Molly Oak at the scene right now. Molly, tell us the latest.
Well, after Clayton County police officer Damika Lloyd was shot, police say they tracked the suspect's car all the way over here to Atlanta to this parking lot off Polar Rock Road. Just hours ago, we saw the suspect's car and a police car get towed away after GBI and Atlanta police officers were on the scene for hours this morning. However, this all started in Clayton County last night when officers got 3 different 911 calls that a woman named Ayanna Pryor was threatening suicide. Clayton County police say when Officer Lloyd responded to the home, Pryor pulled out a gun and shot the officer. Pryor then allegedly got into her SUV and headed to Atlanta, where Atlanta police tracked her down.
Officers entered their vehicle, started giving commands to the female driver to show her hands. And then at that time, as the officer approached, the female suspect fired at least one shot at the officer, and then our officers returned fire, striking the female multiple times.
Officer Lloyd is fighting for her life this morning in the hospital, as is the suspect. Back to you all.
All right, y'all. Y'all saw that. Suicidal people have mental health issues as well, you know. And I just feel like they need to have certain people. Now, not saying that whoever the expert was could have came out and nothing would have happened at all. I'm not saying that, but it's still a possibility. It's still a possibility. And it's a possibility because they're trained for this. They are the experts. God put these people out here for our resources. But for some apparent reason, the government act like they don't want to, pursue this, making this happen, if they're the ones that even make it happen. But this needs to be happening. They need to give these folks jobs for this. That's what they need to do. And they need to be on call at all times. If you can't be on call, don't apply. Don't apply. Just like the 911 callers and stuff. Don't apply if you sleeping and you tired because you done picked the third shift position. Don't apply. I'm so serious. These are things that could help save our peoples. Because at the end of the day, we're going to be the first ones gone. They definitely going to shoot at us. So, we finna get into a joint. This is K-Dub's joint called Pull Up. Pull Up on Me. That's what I call it. Pull Up on Me. And then we're going to get into a commercial and we'll be back. Here we go. Pull up on me. Baby, pull up on me. Pull up on me. Baby, pull up on me. Pull up on me. Baby, pull up on me. Yeah. What cares? I told her pull up. I'ma knock on weave out. Beat it from behind, make her engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. And she pull up on me.
I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking with
Pull
a
up on me,
G.
my baby. I'm at the crib in that mood. I'ma roll up some weed, then I'ma cook up some food. A fifth of liquor on chill. We ain't watching no movies. We headed straight to the bed. And we can hit the jacuzzi. You say you bow, we'll get your friend to bring her by when you come. I got enough love for both of y'all again when you do. I need that ass on my lap. I need them lips on my lips. I need them nipples getting hard in my mouth while we kiss. Say pull up on the KID, I make your fantasy true. Imagine it, boo. Stabbing shit like OJ do. Well, okay, cool. It's one now. I see you at two. Put on the trench coat with nothing else on but your shoes and come through. And I'll be waiting, never getting impatient. Your body is devastating. God know what He created when He made you. I never played you. Ain't running game, boo. Just won't you pull it up so I can change you.
I told her pull up. I'ma knock on weave out. Beat it from behind, make the engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. And she pull up on me. I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking
Oh, you
with a
enjoyed
G.
it for real. Oh, you wasn't playing no games. I'm about to put it on your sexy ass, simple and plain. The night is young, let's have some fun. I'm trying to see what you bout. I put it in, pull it out, then put it all in your mouth. Okay, you nasty, and I love it. Yeah, it's been a half an hour, now I'm bustin'. Yeah, sometimes when I see you pull up, I ain't gon' lie, I just smile. No any way I feel inside, but deep down I'm in denial. You cold as hell, drifting that Chanel, and you wear it well. Every time you around, it feel like a fairy tale. Might as well just chill for the night, if it's right. Even though in the morning I got a flight, that's alright, cause tonight shit is going down. Yeah, I'm over here on Remy, you on Apple Crown. We bout to clown, once I put the pound down. You sound like surround sound, I bust on that round brown after going downtown.
I told her pull up, I'ma knock on weave out. Beat it from behind, make the engine slowly leak out. She ain't never had no man to treat her good out. No, I ain't gassing, just simply crafting something that's everlasting. When she pull up on me. I told her that she gotta pull up on me. That's what you get when you fucking with a G.
Let's drink.
Rock Chapel Road, Latonia, Georgia is the place to be when King Nice Promotions present a night of full joy. It's Stanley's birthday celebration and fish fry, Saturday, October 22, with music by Q45, DJ Flavor, GT1, Courtney C, and other guest DJs. Venue admission is free. Fish fry tickets $25. That's Stanley's birthday celebration and fish fry, Saturday, October 22 at 2454 Rock Chapel Road, Latonia, Georgia. Let's eat, let's drink, let's celebrate.
Let's drink to the heart.
What's up, world? It's your boy Tyree with the missus on PTT Time, Hits 92.3 ATL.
ATL.
We out of here.
Wait.
All right, y'all. We are back. Now, it is update time. Now, y'all know I have been keeping y'all up on the Roxborough story. The gentlemen, the little boys, looked like they was so young, had got out and ambushed the boys that was coming from their football scrimmage. They had a football scrimmage, and they were walking like on their way home, but they were still at the school. So they was walking like in back of the school to come to the streetway, and like 4 or 5 of them, I think it was 4, just came out of nowhere and just started shooting, started busting. And one of the boys died. 3 or 4 of them got injured. So we do have an update. Each update that I showed y'all, we was able to just see like the videos. And the videos was getting more visual, I guess you could say. You're able to see a little bit more. Now, oh baby, you can see. Oh baby, they done find out exactly who these kids is. And y'all wait till y'all see this. Here we go.
On CBS News, Philadelphia. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
I'm Jessica Cartalia. We begin at 5 with the breaking news in the deadly shooting outside of Roxborough High School. Police this afternoon named a 4th suspect.
Please take a close look at your screen. He's just 15 years old. Troy Fletcher is wanted on murder charges in connection with the shooting of 5 teenagers. One of them, just 14, was killed.
Eyewitness News reporter Matt Petrillo is live outside of police headquarters with the breaking details. Matt?
Justin Yuki, police identified that 4th suspect as 15-year-old Troy Fletcher and now need help finding him. Right now, Philadelphia police are searching for Fletcher in connection to the Roxborough shooting that happened after a football scrimmage last month. Police say he was captured on camera during the shooting.
The cops are definitely working 24 hours a day on this case.
Mark Fusetti, a retired sergeant in the Philadelphia court warrant unit, says finding Fletcher may be a challenge for police because of his young age. A 15-year-old, he says, is generally more difficult for law enforcement to digitally track than compared to an adult.
It's very hard to go off the grid as an adult. It's just, from my experience, it was just easier to find them.
He says adults often leave behind digital fingerprints, like when they use credit cards to make purchases that can then be used by police to find them.
A juvenile, they don't really have a digital fingerprint other than their social media at this point. So they will need assistance from somebody else to hide.
So far, police have captured and charged 21-year-old Yassine Bivens and 17-year-old Zahid Jones. But 16-year-old Dayron Bernie Thorne and 15-year-old Troy Fletcher remain on the run. Police are also searching for at least 2 other suspects who have not yet been publicly identified.
The police will find each and every person involved in this case.
You can help police by calling with information. The number is 215-686-TIPS. A $45,000 reward is also being offered for information leading to an arrest. And Philadelphia police tell us that they are still searching for a total of 4 suspects at this point. Meantime, that sergeant you just heard from, he believes that family members of some of those suspects may be helping them hide. We have more on that on Eyewitness News at 6. For now, reporting live outside Philadelphia Police Headquarters, Matt Petrillo, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Matt, thanks.
All right, y'all. Y'all done seen it. Y'all done seen it. We all done saw it. Okay. So it's a total of 6 that they're looking for. I mean, that basically, that I feel like our suspects would say that. It's a total of 6. And 2 of them they have captured. And they're still looking for 4, but only 4 of them they had pictures of. So I'm going to say this. 4 of them they had pictures of that they was able to bring to the public. I'll say that. Because they finna get some more pictures. Okay? They done captured 2 of them. Baby, in due time, I'm gonna be right back up here showing y'all that all has been captured. All they needed was 1. But they got 2. Oh, they telling. Believe it, they are telling. They are very young. And the 15-year-old one that had all the hair, that wasn't no school picture. This little boy done been in trouble before. Hanging around with the wrong crowd. Y'all, we gotta talk to our kids. I'm not gonna say y'all talk to y'all kids on this one right here. We all need to talk to our kids. You know what I'm saying? Start talking to them about hanging around the good group of people. They know who bad. Trust me. Trust me. I'm sure I can ask Kirsten right now, and she's in kindergarten. Who is the baddest one in your classroom that always get in trouble? She gonna be like, such and such, he always on red. See, she not on red, trouble. It's all the same. It's all the same to a 5-year-old that's in kindergarten. Okay, but she know what trouble is. Shoot, y'all better quit. One go down, they all going down. So you need to be the one to say, oh, nah, I'm out. Let me up out of here. So we about to get into another clip, y'all. We moving right along. This lady, she looked so young, y'all. Looked so young. You know, sometimes I have to remember and remind myself that I'm 43 years old, baby. Okay, I have to remind myself that sometimes, cause this girl look young, very young, and the way she is on here crying because of her son, her firstborn. She said it was her best friend. That's what she said. So here we go. He was killed.
Yeah, Rosemary, so heartbreaking here. His mother was telling me today that Jay just started looking at high schools, and he actually was very interested in the engineering program at Roxborough High. Of course, the sad coincidence here is that his passing comes just 1 week after that tragic mass shooting at Roxborough High, and now his mom says he will not ever see graduation day.
I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm heartbroken. That was my best friend. And I'm not going to get to see him no more.
If there's anything Jay Wilcox's family wants you to know about him,
he was definitely a mama's boy. He was funny, he was loving, he was goofy.
His family says once he locked himself in a dog crate. And once he washed his mouth out with soap. He was 13 and would do just about anything to entertain his little sister and his big family.
My shirt got small.
Look at him.
It was getting small. My pecs was too big.
Today, his shirt has a different meaning.
This is his shirt. It got his scent on it, and I can't stop smelling it.
Everything changed last night.
I called him at 6:36. Asked him, I said, Jeremiah, where you at? He said, Mom, I'm and my friends, we chilling. I said, all right, well, you know, it's a school night. Be home by 8. At 6:47, they killed my son.
Police found Jay shot multiple times in the head at the corner of 65th and Smedley in North Philly. He died later at the hospital. Police have not yet caught the shooter, so his family begging anyone to come forward.
Listen, if you know something, say something.
Please. Please.
I want justice for my son.
It shouldn't be like this. These kids are not making it to 15, 16.
According to police data, 188 kids have been shot so far this year. Compare that to 168 total last year and 139 the year before. It's clear the number has gone up.
He's not just another number. He's my nephew. He was a son. He was somebody's brother.
Son. My only son.
And now police, they're still trying to use surveillance video to figure out who shot Jay and then figure out why.
All right, y'all. So 139, then 168, and then 188. And here we are, in October? In total, last year was 168. We are in October, and in total is 100. I mean, not in total, but it's 188 kids. This kids. This ain't grown folks. This ain't, young adults. These is kids. That's a lot of kids. And we only in October. And see how they surpassed, not January, but 2020 with a total of 168. That's sad. That's so sad. But all we can do is continue to pray, y'all. Like you see on the bottom of my screen, y'all see this a lot. If you know something, say something. That's the only way we can get these people off the streets. If we don't say nothing, all they can do is just keep going around in the goose chase, trying to find somebody. And that's how people get locked up and ain't supposed to be locked up for a charge that they weren't even supposed to be charged with because they ain't did nothing. So we're going to move right along, y'all. Again, if you know something, say something. But we're going to get into this next clip. This one is called Last Breath, Mama, Mama. Can y'all imagine hearing on PGT Time or hearing on the news or hearing on anybody else YouTube show that decided to cover this story. Can you imagine watching it and you hear the person that tried to save your child's life? They tell you their last words was mama, mama. Here we go, y'all.
The gunman who killed 2 people outside a townhouse. The shooting happened yesterday on Flint River Road off of Terra Boulevard in the Jonesboro area. Today's Mark Teichner has the latest. He's been on this ever since from Clayton County Police Headquarters. Mark, good morning. What can you tell us?
Yeah, simply a terrible situation, as you can imagine. This gunfire ringing out in the middle of the afternoon on Flint River Road in this townhouse community, and 2 people have lost their lives. Now, Clayton County Police have not identified either of the victims. We did talk with a woman who was living in that complex, and she says at least one of them was a young man. In fact, this woman tells this heartbreaking tale about how she heard gunfire, and at first she wasn't sure it was gunfire, but then she saw children running. She went outside, and that's when she saw this young man who had been shot in the parking lot. She actually sat there with him while he passed away. As this was taking place, other residents called 911 and then ended up directing police to these victims. No arrests have been made as a result of that case, and we did talk with this woman again about how she tried to comfort this young guy as he was dying and the message she had for his family.
I was holding his hand. And I was just trying to make sure that he stayed calm as possible. And at that point, I knew he was going into shock. And he was taking his last breath, and his last words were, "Mama, mama, mama." And it gave me a chill inside of my body that I just will never, ever, ever forget.
And she says she wants the family to know that he was not alone when he died. At this point, police have not released any information about a possible suspect description or a motive for this crime. If we do get any of that information, or if they do release the name of the victims who died there, we'll let you know.
All right, y'all, we are back. I showed a clip on Friday, I believe it was Thursday, not Friday. It was on Wednesday, I believe. No, on Wednesday, so it was Monday. It was Monday. I showed a clip on Monday, y'all, where someone had got killed, and then not innocent bystander, but a person that's just, in the area decided to go help one of the little girls. And this was another situation. I do love the fact that our communities and our neighborhoods and stuff, we are now going to help. Instead of just calling 911 and staying in your house and just hoping that 911 hurry up and come. When you have the credentials, let me add that, when you have the credentials to go out and help. You could save somebody's life. In this situation, no. The child's life wasn't saved. But in some, they are. And I have another story on here. Lovely story, where a neighbor went out to go help her just as well. So that's one of the good things. But to hear on the news that your child last dying words was "mama, mama," that got to be so heartbreaking. That kind of wasn't that George? Was that George Floyd that was calling out for his mom just as well? Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, those are some hurtful things to hear, because mom is not there to help, and sometimes mom is there and can't help. Sometimes these kids, they get themselves caught up in situations where they don't believe or don't think that they can end up in prison for life, or they can end up 6 feet under. Like, they really do believe they can get away with things. Like, they really do believe that we're going to go shoot this house up and kill whoever in there, and we are not going to get caught. It's like, they believe it. Now, do everybody get caught? No, they don't. But like I told y'all, God gives the worst revenge. So if you ask me, yes, everybody gets caught. Everybody does. Eventually. You may make it 5 seconds away. Because sometimes they be on your ass and you don't even know. You can get 5 seconds away. And sometimes you can, we done seen people on the news and stuff where they went decades before they got caught. But eventually, you'll get caught. You'll get caught. So I really wish that these young people would pay attention to what's going on out there. If you got to get to the point where you just don't trust nobody no more, that's fine. That's fine. You ain't got to trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? Trust yourself. If you don't trust nobody else, trust yourself. But you can't keep doing stuff because people said, come along with me. I always tell y'all, it don't take 5 people, 7 people to kill one person. Whoever came up with this stupid, bright idea, I guess, in y'all community, y'all think that's a bright idea in y'all community, let him go do it. Let her go do it. Because women do the same shit. We just don't too much hear about it. And they don't do it as much, probably. But it don't take all y'all. If that one person say, come on, let's go kill Junebug now. And it's okay for you to say, I mean, I wouldn't say it, but it's okay for you to say, okay, I'll be here when y'all get big. It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't say it. Let somebody tell me they fit. Come on, Talia. Come on, the missus. Come on, Miss Peachy. Let's go kill such and such. You will never see me again a day in your life unless you see me on Peachy Tea Time, baby. I am not your friend no more. I'm not your friend. And my peoples don't roll like that. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We trying to make it ourselves and stop people from hurting us. Shoot, and hurting them. So, all right, y'all. We're going to get into this next one. After this, we're going to get into another joint by Karaya Brene called The Space. Y'all know I love that song. So, we're not even going to discuss this next clip that I'm going to show you. We're going to go straight into Karaya. So, this one is called Boyfriend Break In, and now he's gone. He's gone. I don't care that you my ex-boyfriend. If I tell you to leave, don't come over here. Give me back my key. Don't come breaking in. Don't come think it's okay just to walk in my house. This world is crazy. We don't know who walking in. We don't know. And then we don't know if you done went and did something crazy and you coming back to walk in and break in to kill me. So don't even come my way. If I told you to leave, leave. That's simple. And that goes for y'all just as well. All right, let's roll this.
Situation that unfortunately ended in gunfire.
A man shot and killed at the home of his longtime girlfriend Wednesday morning on Detroit's west side off Lorraine Street near McGraw.
The suspect was asked to leave the location, returned, tried to come through a front window, at which point shots were fired.
Shortly after this shooting, Detroit police took a man and woman into custody. The woman is that longtime girlfriend of the man who was shot and killed. She was released. He is still being questioned, the suspected shooter. It's possible, though, he acted in self-defense.
It's terrifying.
Neighbors looked on as their street turned crime scene.
I'm tired of hearing about the gunshots.
Michelle Bradley tells us she didn't know the couple well, but is shaken being a gunshot victim herself.
Every time I hear it and see somebody, it brings back memories.
She did say the last 5 years she's lived here, it's the first time there's been any commotion on her block. As of Wednesday evening, Detroit police are not releasing much more on what they're classifying this killing as.
We are treating this as a home invasion at this time, but it is still considered an active investigation.
Reporting on Detroit.
So much on my lips right now. My tongue tied into knots and twists. Can you read all the words in I mouth? Can you feel me like a kiss? Blowing back on my mind. My thoughts tricking me all the time. Not one more word from you. I think I found the way to say what I wanna. Stay with my soul. Please don't let go. I would give you anything, 'cause you are my everything. When words won't say all, I want you to know. Pay attention to the space I'm holding for you and for me. You're here. You're welcome. Don't thank me yet. Save for this. Don't hide, 'cause I ain't got no time to waste. 'Cause I made this space. We fill the room from wall to wall, and leave no word unsaid. 'Cause I like that, baby. I made headroom, invited you, 'cause I want us to lay down and spread. Stay with my soul. Please don't let go. I will give you anything, 'cause you are my everything. When words won't say all, want you to know. Pay attention to the space I'm holding for you and for me.
Hey, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses. Mwah. What's good, y'all? Well, again, my name is the missus, and I have a show called Peachy Tea Time. And Peachy Tea Time is here at Hits 92.3 ATL, baby, each and every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, where I discuss crime all over the United States, baby, in our Black community, okay? So make sure you tune in each and every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. at Hits 92.3. And also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page, Peachy Tea Time. And time is spelled with the Y. And that way you can catch me each and every time I go live. All right, I'm out of here. Deuces.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Quizzy Quote. I'm out here chilling. You're now tuning into Peachy Tea Time with... What up, y'all? It's your boy Quizzy Quote, chilling like the villain, still killing, still stealing. And you're now tuning into Peachy Tea Time with the missus on the Hits 92.3. Yeah!
Still stealing and still killing. All right, y'all. I need some more people to come on up here and give me some new drops. That's what I need y'all to do. That's what I need y'all to do. Because quote, because they quote say he's still stealing and still killing. Like a villain. Chilling with the missus. So, this next story, y'all, this is our main topic for today. So we do have a few clips on it. This was about a young lady who was 15 years old, and her name is Lovely. And she is so lovely. Isn't she lovely? That's the first thing I thought of. Her name is Lovely Kendricks. Okay. And Lovely Kendricks is no longer here with us. She's no longer here with us. She was murdered. And her parents, have spoken. And sometimes, we see these clips and we be like, oh yeah, he looked like he was bad. Oh yeah, he looked like he a demon child. Oh yeah, his mama couldn't wait for him to get locked up. She couldn't wait. But there's some stories that you could just feel like these people are being 100% honest. And you can feel the love just through the screen. I don't know about y'all, but that's just how I do. I can just feel it. And I can just tell by their conversations about all the people that showed up during the visual that this young lady was loved. Okay? So rest in peace to Lovely Kendricks. My heart goes out to her mom, to her dad, and also to all her loved ones, all her family, her friends. It was so many of them out there, y'all. So many. So here we go.
It was funny. She loved to laugh.
She danced.
She was a ball of fun.
Lovely Kendricks' parents tonight in an NBC4 exclusive. It comes one day after the 15-year-old's death. She was a student at Columbus East. Columbus police say someone shot her Monday afternoon. Tonight we have reaction from Columbus City schools and a woman who tried to save the teen's life.
But we begin with NBC4 anchor Carrie Charles, who spoke with Kendrick's parents. Carrie.
Yeah, Sierra, it's been a little more than 24 hours since the gunfire that would forever change the lives of Clarence Roberts, Doris Moore, and so many other family members. Just a couple of weeks ago, they sorted through all of the details for her homecoming dance. They are now planning Lovely Kendrick's funeral. They want the person who killed their daughter to be held responsible.
I just want the world to know that we need justice. My daughter was so ambitious and over the top.
It was like a light.
She was amazing. She was ahead of her time.
Gun violence has affected the lives of Clarence Roberts and Doris Moore in a way they could have never imagined. Their daughter,
her name Lovely Starmisha Nevaeh,
shot Monday afternoon. Columbus police say the gunfire followed a fight at Franklin Park. Hours later, police announced Lovely Kendricks died from her injuries.
This is just her. That's her personality. It's her.
And just weeks ago,
her first homecoming.
Moore says her daughter was a sophomore at East High School, studied Chinese all her life, and had recently tried making dumplings on her own for a project.
She did good. I watched her. I didn't help her. I just guided her.
Her father says Kendrick's mother always made sure she was involved in various activities.
The perfect mom. It don't matter how you raise your kids. Once they get out in that world, it's open season.
And to the person responsible for taking his daughter's life,
go ahead and turn yourself in and, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you couldn't have meant to kill that baby. Turn yourself in and live with that.
The family is planning a vigil. It's tomorrow night at 6 at Franklin Park. Funeral arrangements are pending. Jared.
Carrie, the shooting death of Kendricks has both the community and Columbus police searching for answers right now.
Yeah, our team coverage continues with NBC4's Jonathan Jackson, who spoke with a woman who says she not only heard that gunfire, but applied first aid.
All right, y'all. So from what the streets are saying, from what the streets and some of these news clips are saying, it was a fight amongst some girls. It was a fight among some girls. They couldn't say if she was part of the fight, but by the way the family talks about her so highly, and we see that a lot too, don't get me wrong, where we see the family talking about them like, oh, I can't believe they would have did this. And then I may show y'all a video where they got guns and everything. You know what I'm saying? But the family just couldn't, I just don't understand. why this happened to my child, you know? But this family right here, I'm telling y'all, I just feel it. I feel like this girl had nothing to do with this at all. This was not her battle. This was not her fight. It was just, unfortunately, it was her time to go, you know? And I think that her family will get justice. I do have a clip to show y'all where they do have a suspect and what the young man looks like. But to hear that father say, I know you didn't mean to kill this baby, that just got me right there. Like his child. Like, I know my child was a great child. I know you didn't mean to kill her. I know you meant that for somebody else, not mine. You know, but we don't know what happened at the fight. That's the only thing we don't know. We're going to hear from the neighbor that went out and helped just as well. So here we go.
Right now, investigators are...
Yeah, she did, Sierra. That woman is Misty Peterson. She lives right across the street and has a 15-year-old child the same age as Kendricks. She tells me she simply couldn't leave a child like that alone in this situation and says she did all she could to help her before paramedics arrived.
That little girl wanted to be here. She, you know, just her breath and the motion of her chest going up and down. She was a fighter.
That's how Misty Peterson describes 15-year-old Lovely Kendricks, a young Columbus City school student who lost her life to gun violence here in Franklin Park on Monday afternoon. Kendricks was among a group of girls here in the park, according to Columbus police, when a fight broke out. Authorities say an unknown number of gunshots were fired and Kendricks was hit. However, police have not been able to determine if there was more than one shooter or if Kendricks was involved in the altercation.
I heard my mom scream, and she said they're shooting, and I ran to the front because I was worried about my mother.
Peterson lives across the street from Franklin Park and tells me she didn't see the gunshots, but saw people fleeing the scene. That's when she noticed Kendrick's body lying in the grass. Without hesitation, she says she went to check on her and deliver first aid.
So I said, where's her wound, guys? We got to apply pressure. And her friend, her sister told me right here. We lifted up her head. I took off my sweater. We applied pressure, and I just held her hand and kept her wrist to make sure her pulse stayed.
Peterson tells me she's grateful that paramedics arrived so quickly, but is upset to have witnessed a young life taken by gun violence, saying as a mother, she wants those in her neighborhood to put the guns down.
Do it for our community. I knew she was a baby. I didn't know her age, but I could tell it was slow motion, and I scanned her up and down. You know, I was like, this is a baby.
Now, Columbus City Schools has also sent us a statement saying, in part, as a community, we must support each other and guide our children through the grieving process. Our dedicated CCS care teams will be available to provide social, emotional support for our students and staff affected by this tragedy.
Right now, investigators are searching for the 18-year-old they believe is responsible for a deadly shooting at Franklin Park. Rashawn Adkins has been charged with murder connected to the death of 15-year-old Lovely Kendricks. We thank you for joining us for NBC4 at 5. I'm Jared Smalley.
And I'm Sierra Johnson. NBC4's Anna Hoffman is live at Columbus Police Headquarters to tell us more about that suspect. Anna?
Sierra and Jared, Columbus police are actively searching for 18-year-old Rashawn Adkins. Investigators say at this point they need the community's help getting this boy behind bars. And they're asking Adkins to turn himself in.
It's the right thing to do for the city, for this family, for our victim.
That's the message Columbus police are sending to 18-year-old Rashawn Adkins. Adkins has been charged with the murder of 15-year-old Lovely Kendricks.
Come and speak to the detectives. Let us figure this out. It's the best way for this to get the process, or at least to continue the investigation.
Kendrick was shot and killed Monday at Franklin Park around 3 p.m. Police say there was a fight, then shots were fired. Kendrick died in the hospital later that night. It is still unclear if Kendrick was involved or just a bystander. Through evidence, police were able to identify Adkins as a suspect. This is what he looks like. Police are even showing these pictures of his tattoos so the community can be on the lookout.
To anybody in the community, family, friends who know this individual, let us know. Help us out. That is what this is all about. It's partnership. It's about relationships. And if the community is willing to be part of that, that's going to be, again, the next best thing.
From April to mid-June, there were 7 shootings at city parks and recreation centers. So when asked about overall park safety,
There are things that happen, and unfortunately, we have these, several tragic incidents. And again, we want to reassure people that the parks are safe, and if we need to readjust some of our resources, things of that nature, then we certainly would do that.
police are still looking into how Adkins and Kendricks knew each other, if they did know each other at all. Police are hoping to have Adkins in custody tonight. They ask anyone with information about him to call right away.
No. He's lying. He's lying. I'll be the first to say it. He lied. The park is not safe. If Walmart ain't safe, the parks ain't safe. Okay? All the parks across the United States do not have an officer, a security guard there in attendance. Some, yes. All, no. Not at all. So I'm not going to let this man convince me that every time I go to the park, I'm safe. That's a lie. And I hope y'all realize that that's a lie too. Y'all, I know these kids want to go to the park. They want to have a good time, all that. Know your environment. That's all I'm going to say. Know your environment. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all, don't take y'all kids to the park. I'm not going to sit here and say, don't let y'all teenagers go to the park. But what I will say is, know your environment. If you know you live in a piece of shit area, and you know that they be shooting at that park, you just gonna let your child go ahead and walk into the fire? No. Don't let them go to the park. Or show them another park that they can go to that you don't mind going to drop them off at. Okay? As parents, now we got to do a little extra. We can't let our kids just ride their bikes to the park. We can't let them get in groups and just walk to the park either, because you can't trust all your kids. You may trust yours, but you can't trust Susan's kids. You can't trust Karen's kids if you're in that type of environment. Know your environment, y'all. If you know your kids can't go to the park, you need to think as a parent, more activities for your kids and where y'all can drive to and go to. Go get some ice cream. All kids love ice cream. I'm just saying, I'm not always right. I just say how I feel. It may be wrong. I don't know. I just say how I feel. Whatever comes to the top of my head. Okay? So, sister revenge. Sister revenge. I got a problem with this, y'all. This is revenge of 5 people, men, that decide to get revenge because only one of their sister took some drugs. Got a hold of some drugs. I'll say that. Got a hold of some drugs. Okay? And I believe the sister ain't here no more. So with that being said, they had to get a whole crew to go and kill somebody in revenge. I think that's going to be the word of the day. Revenge. Because only God can give the worst revenge. So here we go, y'all.
Search is on for 5 men Columbus police say are involved in a shooting that was an act of revenge. One suspect, Devon Robinson, turned himself in on Tuesday. And
police say he admitted shooting the victim in retaliation to his sister's overdose. NBC4's Anna Hoffman is live at Columbus Police Headquarters. Anna, do investigators have any leads on the other suspects here?
Not at this time, Jared. This happened on September 23rd in South Linden. The detective says that he was told that the suspects might be turning themselves in, and he says at this point, that's probably their best option. Police are looking for these 5 men, all wanted on murder charges. They, along with this man, Devon Robinson, are believed to be responsible for shooting and killing Mario Copeland as an act of revenge.
Everybody wants answers, that I understand. But there's a certain way to get those answers, and that was not the way to do it.
Detective Terry Kelly says Robinson admitted to shooting Copeland in response to his sister, Latasha Streeter's overdose death.
It's believed that Mr. Copeland either sold or transported, or somehow that's how Miss Streeter got the narcotics from him. And that's what we believe began this whole incident.
After looking at surveillance footage, police recognized Robinson from the overdose scene earlier that day. Police were also able to identify Rashawn Rogers, Christian Capers, and Damon Capers. The 2 other suspects' identities are still unknown.
They all have warrants for murder. There are several different types of murder. The murder that Mr. Robinson was charged with was the fact that he raised a gun and pulled the trigger. The other 3, Rogers, Damon Capers, and Christian Capers, were charged with what's called a B murder. Right now, there are people out looking for them. I was told that they may be turning themselves in. I hope that's the case.
Kelly tells me they believe this is an isolated incident and there are no signs pointing towards gang ties. Police ask anyone with information about the suspects to contact CPD right away. Local for you in Columbus, I'm Anna Hoffman, NBC4.
Are back. Here's 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby. Sister Revenge. Sister Revenge. She did a drug overdose, y'all. She did a drug overdose. And the brothers went, well, the brother, he recruited his friends. That's what he did. He recruited his friends, and the ones that wasn't his friends, they just was a bad seed. Okay? So he like, we got to get him. We got to get him. Then I made my sister OD. And he said that even though he didn't say this. I'm just saying. Okay? Everything is allegedly. But he like, you know what? I'll risk everything I got because my sister decided that she wants to be on drugs. So I'm going to risk my freedom and kill somebody and be gone for the rest of my life. And I'm sure it's a possibility he probably had kids, but who knows? But he felt like his sister was worth it. Baby, his sister was worth it. I ain't even finna get into that. But what I am finna get into y'all is Dre the Don with Up Now. Okay, here we go.
Man, it's crazy you wanna fuck with me cause you see that I'm up now. I show no love to who ain't show love to me when I was on lockdown. Man, it's crazy you wanna fuck with me cause you see that I'm up now. I show no love to who ain't show love to me when I was on lockdown. Sitting in my cell, I was thinking about all them times they told me last trying to ride this wave. Now you sinking, pushing far through the city with my son Elijah to die. Never lacking, I keep it with me, so don't think about trying. I love my baby Jerry on the bus down her Cuban like mine. Flexing niggas saying they got me in all time, niggas be lying. Where the fuck you niggas was at when I was down doing time? Say you love me, but how you love me left me when I was gone. But I never cared, bust down Cartier, Rolls Royce to drop head, listen clear. Never needed no nigga, so why the fuck shit I care? Bye bye poo, got the top, they go to roof. Hopping in out of the coupe, I'm smoking next out of the ooh. 1500 for the shoes, I feel seen I wear juice. And man, it's crazy you wanna fuck with me cause you see that I'm up now. I show no love to you and show love to me when I was on lockdown. Man, it's crazy you wanna fuck with me cause you see that I'm up now. I show no love to you and show love to me when I
energy guy. I'm here with the message, man. That hits 92.3. But if you ain't tuned into PGK time, I don't know what you're doing. Let's get it. Let's go. Whoa. Yeah.
But it was like a fireworks to me.
Right now, 5:30, a deadly discovery made inside one Northwest Miami-Dade apartment. 2 men found shot to death. That neighbor telling us the victims had just moved in.
And detectives have very few clues to go on. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live with what he's learned so far.
Janice and Louie and those neighbors I did get a chance to speak with said that they were unaware the victims had problems with anyone, much less one another. Unfortunately, it's right here where both of their bodies were discovered, and now it's police trying to find out who shot and killed them. Sky 10 above a deadly discovery in Northwest Miami-Dade Thursday morning. 2 men found shot and killed inside of an apartment days after residents said they heard what they now know was the sound of gunfire ring out just doors down from their homes.
Bam, 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 bam. But it was like a fireworks to me.
Next door neighbor Maurice Rio said he heard the shots 2 days ago, unaware that the bodies of the 2 victims, who he said recently moved into the neighborhood, were still inside.
The bodies was there, but we didn't know what happened exactly because it was right next door.
Sources close to Local 10 tell us it was the mother of one of the victims who asked a friend to stop by the home off Northwest 92nd Street near 25th Avenue after she hadn't heard from her son in days. It was that friend who checked the efficiency where the 2 victims were living. Unfortunately, it's there he found their lifeless bodies inside.
People come rushing into the house and stuff like that. I guess the family members must have got a call or something like that or whatever, and everybody come into the house, and I'm just shocked.
While investigators spent the day gathering evidence, searching for clues, and canvassing the neighborhood, looking for someone who may have seen something. Detectives are still unsure what led up to their deaths.
They used to be very nice people. We don't know exactly what happened between them.
And sources tell us that one of the victims has been identified as 25-year-old Mark Seen. Right now, we are working to confirm the name of the other victim with Miami-Dade Police. As soon as we get those details, we will be sure to let you know. Meanwhile, if you have any information that could help them, you are urged to contact Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers. That number, 305-471-TIPS.
All right, y'all. So y'all just saw that 2 men end up dead in the same house. The neighbor was crazy to me. That neighbor, he's like, we didn't know. But that's basically what I was talking about, y'all, earlier in the show. A lot of people don't get to know their neighbors no more, like we used to back in the day. Like, you knew everybody on your block, let alone just your neighbor. You knew everybody. Everybody knew your parents, all that on the block. But now people ain't trying to be bothered with no neighbors and stuff. He said they look like they was nice people. You don't know what people is into nowadays that you stay next door to. You have no idea whatsoever. These folks could be crazy, y'all, that's living right next door to you, and you don't even know. You don't even know. Why? Because you ain't paying no attention. You paying just enough attention to make sure that you ain't gonna get in trouble for nothing. That's about it. Or that they don't come over trying to buy no sugar and shit from you. Because they start coming, y'all already know what to do. Lock the doors, close the curtains. Well, you're blind. The blinds. So I don't know. This was so unfortunate that this happened. And it was days before they were even found. You know, I talk to my parents every day. Well, at least my mama. Talk to my mama every day. And if I want to talk to my daddy every day, I can talk to him too. But my mama's stories be more interesting, seem like. That'd be a little bit more interesting. But I talk to her every day. So I can't see me not contacting her 2 days in a row and she not get worried. You know, my mom, she gonna contact my dad, not my daddy, because my daddy right there with her. She gonna contact my husband. She gonna contact my friends because if she gonna find you, she gonna find you on Facebook. Trust believe it. But we got to make sure that, we try our best to let people know what's going on in our lives. I'm not saying anything was going on in these two men's lives. I don't know. I don't know these folks. They from Miami. Well, they was living in Miami. They had just moved. So I don't know nothing about these folks. But it's just kind of strange how this shit went down. So here go the second clip of it. Here we go.
Look at one of the victims in a double murder investigation in Northwest Miami-Dade. Sources telling us 25-year-old Mark Seen was one of two men found shot and killed outside an apartment complex late Wednesday night off of Northwest 92nd Street near 25th Avenue. Sources telling Local 10 that Eric Waters is the second victim.
The two found days after the actual shooting. Local 10's Trent Kelly explains how police ultimately made that discovery.
The one and only learning it was the mother of one of those victims who first grew concerned after not hearing from her son in days. Now we're learning more about those victims as police continue to search for their killer. New details in a deadly double shooting in Northwest Miami-Dade that killed two men, their bodies discovered days later. Sources telling the one and only 25-year-old Mark Sine was one of the victims found shot to death inside a back efficiency late Wednesday. Sources also identifying the second victim as Eric Waters.
But it was like a fireworks to me.
This man lives next door and says he heard the gunshots 2 days ago, having no idea the bodies of the victims who recently moved into the neighborhood were still inside.
The bodies was there. But we didn't know what happened.
Local 10 learning it was the mother of one of the victims who asked a friend to stop by the home off Northwest 92nd Street near 25th Avenue after she hadn't heard from her son in days. That friend finding the efficiency's front door unlocked, the victim's lifeless bodies inside.
People come rushing into the house and stuff like that. I guess the family members must have got a call or something like that or whatever, and everybody coming to the house, and I'm just shocked.
Investigators spending hours gathering evidence and searching for clues, looking for anyone who may have seen something. The motive for the double killing still a mystery.
They used to be very nice people. We don't know exactly what happened between them.
And so far, police have yet to make any arrests in this case. We did, however, see detectives walking the neighborhood yesterday, asking residents for information. If you have any tips that could help them out, contact police or Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS.
All right, y'all. We are back at Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby. And we got some comments in the building. BG said, just awful. Just awful. Hey, BG. She also says, young people are leaving up out of here. No one left but the seniors. BG, I know you watched the show last night. And it wasn't our typical show. So to everybody that watched it, if you didn't watch it, last night was not our typical show at all. I mean, we went celebrity on the ass last night, okay? It was all celebrities. But Charleston White, we talked about him and T.I. And there was a clip that I played where Charleston White said that the Bible says that disobedient kids, their days are numbered, shortened. And then he said, we're wondering why all these disobedient kids is falling off the face of the earth. And he was like, I ain't say it. The Bible said it. The word said it. And I'm with Charleston with that. I ain't saying it. The word said it. I'm just doing God's deed by repeating it to y'all. That's what I'm doing. But seriously though, BG is right. These people, these young kids is just up out of here. Like, who's gonna be after us? Watch after us, the president, the governors, all them people, the doctors, the lawyers, everybody. Who gonna be them people if they started taking each other up out of here? It ain't just us black folks. It's all race. All of them. All them young folks. Not all. You know, I shouldn't say that. Not all. But a lot of them are. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. So that concludes all of our clips, baby. We ran through them all, y'all. We ran through them all. So we do have our last video of Dre the Don. Y'all saw this on Wednesday, which was when we premiered it. And then you also saw it on Friday. So I did tell him, you know, him and his family came on our show on Wednesday and talked about their son. I'm sorry, not their son, Yumika's son. And all her boys is up there except for one. But about him getting hit by a vehicle, a car. He was on his bike when he was 16. And he got hit by a car. And he died 3 times, I think she said, and came back. Everybody, if y'all have not watched that show, I suggest you watch it. But everybody damn near was telling her to pull the plug on her son. Mm-hmm. And she refused. But everybody was telling her to pull the plug. And she was like, no, I'm not going to do that. The doctor was like, he'll never be able to walk, talk. He's going to be a vegetable. He'll never have kids. He's not going to get married. I mean, said all of this stuff. And baby, that boy was on my show. He is married. And he got married. He had a set of twins. They are 4 years old now. So when I tell y'all, God make things happen, baby, Yumika family is a living witness. A living witness. And baby, and I asked some questions too. Don't think I ain't asked no questions. Okay? If you saw it, you know I asked questions. You know, I asked her how you feel to them with them folks. That was like, pull the plug. How you feel now? But at the end of the day, he's alive. He's well. He was so excited to be on the show. And I thank them for that. So we're going to go ahead and play the brother. This isn't his, but his brother brought me some music. And I'm like, okay, I got you. I'm playing, baby. I'm playing. So y'all heard this song. It's called Famous. And Dre the Don. Here we go.
To the Don. Yeah. We bought this coupe. I'ma drop the top cause I feel like I'm famous. Yeah, bought them Gucci shoes. I drip with Dior cause she my little baby. Yeah, you know I made it. Nah, mommy can't take it. Growing up so basic. Nah, nigga living famous. We bought this coupe. I'ma drop the top cause I feel like I'm famous. Yeah, bought them Gucci shoes. I drip with Dior cause she my little baby. Yeah, you know I made it. Nah, money can't take it. Growing up so basic. Nah, nigga living famous. Is it a cure for being insecure? I just went ballin', cashed out in Dior. I'm feeling like Papa, the man in the year. Just watch where you step in my drip is severe. Hey, she wanna fuck with it, bust nigga. Tat it up from my neck to my kidneys. It's two-tone, AP diamond B8. Was off for too long, now I'm finally winning. She want me to fuck her, she know I got digits. If from the back, she scream out to the ceiling. Round up the round, we gon' fuck to the morning. Just wanna know what we gon' ride in the farm. Out in LA, feel like Kobe, I'm scoring. Going all the way and they lean at me snoring. I felt all the rain, but I came out that storm. Pray to the Lord that I wake in the morning. We bought this coupe, I'ma drop the top cause I feel like I'm famous. Yeah, bought them Gucci shoes, I drip with Dior cause she my little baby. Yeah, you know I made it. Nah, mommy can't take it. Growing up so basic. Nah, nigga living famous. We bought this coupe, I'ma drop the top cause I feel like I'm famous. Yeah, bought them Gucci shoes, I drip with Dior cause she my little baby. Yeah, you know I made it. Nah, money can't take it. Growing up so basic. Nah, nigga living famous.
We doing shit that she never did. I take her places she never been. She don't know no nigga better than. No, she wanna dance with a star. She said the seats in the Maserati get away, cause she never been in a car. I put her on, at the same time get her off. You can see it when she walk. She want the Gucci, the Louis, the Prada, and Nathan. She want Jamaica, the net where I take her. No matter wherever we go, she get naked. She eat her foods, I can tell when I taste it. Lil' mama know that she far from the base. Beat on her back through the neck till I break it. Wake up and dig in her guts till she shaking. Let her know ain't no replacement.
I'ma drop the top cause I feel like I'm famous. Yeah, bought them Gucci shoes. I triple D hard cause she my little baby. Yeah, you know I made it. Nah, mommy can't take it. Going up so basic. Nah, nigga living famous.
We are back. We are back, y'all. We are ending our show. 2 hours. I really appreciate y'all for joining me today. I love y'all so much. Y'all always rocking with me, and it's so appreciative. I know y'all saw the little screen. Now, let me take that off. We take that off right now. We're gonna take that off and put this one up. If y'all want to, feel free to sow a seed. Feel free to sow a seed. You know what I'm saying? And y'all already know all the seeds is going to go to Peachy Tea Time. That's where it goes. And don't forget to check out my website. Y'all do know I did make the announcement that I did cancel the Who's Got the Juice for next Saturday. So that has been canceled. You can also tune in on Monday. Don't forget to tune in on Monday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. And everybody that's listening out there in Hits World and people that's listening on IG, YouTube, but especially Hits. If you all know somebody, if you know somebody, or even if you have dealt with the death of a loved one, reach out to me where I can bring you on the show, even for missing persons. If you guys are looking for a family member, reach out to me. I will make sure that I can have you guys on Peachy Tea Time, where you and your family can tell your loved one's story. If they was murdered by gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, or even by the police. Now, if a dog did it, please don't call me. I'm sorry. Don't call me if the dogs did it. If the cats did it, that's about it. Okay, that's about it. Because y'all know I don't even like animals like that. I'm just got chewy because of my kids. That's it. But anyways, back to what we were saying. Y'all feel free to reach out to your girl, okay? And y'all can be right up here with me. Right up here with me on Peachy Tea Time. All right, now, BG said, thank you, girl. Thank you. BG, you know I'm waiting on you to pull up on me too, baby. I'm waiting on you because you got a story that you got to tell too now. So we need to go ahead and get that going, okay? So y'all, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. Follow me on YouTube, IG, my Facebook page, which is Peachy Tea Time, and time is always spelled with the Y. On YouTube is Peachy Tea Time, and I'm on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, baby. I'm out in these streets. I'm working, y'all. Okay. I love y'all so much, and you already know what y'all gotta do. You already know. You gotta listen to my babies. Sunshine, I don't know what we gonna do, but we have some technical difficulties with my computer. So if you want to go ahead and end the show on the radio station, we go ahead. But they gonna have to. There you go. The Lord said that I will not let you suffer. You know I be getting hot and I start sweating and shit. Here we go. Bye.
Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Thank you for watching my mommy show.
Bye, y'all. Should say bye to y'all too. Bye.